It's the final show before WWE's Hell in a Cell pay-per-view for Monday Night Raw. Did Monday Night Raw deliver in building up to the Hell in a Cell, or was this a total flop? Find out in this review. So Monday Night Raw kicks off normally, like every episode, ever since he has taken over as CEO.
Triple H and the game had reasons why he had to fire R-Truth and the Miz. R-Truth and Miz were saying I was a bad owner. I showed a video package that showed some Night of Champions and showed why they got fired.
Basically, Triple H sums it up, shows a video package, that's it. Dolph Ziggler comes out and talks about how every week Dolph Ziggler is stealing the show. It's what Dolph Ziggler does. I mean, he's the guy that's stealing the show. You know, Triple H, you ain't doing shit. I'm the one doing everything. You know, I do better than Cena. I do better than all these people. My dog opened my door. But it turned out Triple H said, okay, cool, you steal the show. I don't really care. They show like a magazine promoting Hugh Jackman again because he was on the front of the TV Guide magazine getting punched by Hugh Jackman, and Triple H made a reference to the Muppets, which will be on Raw in October, guys. Yes, I'm so excited. The Halloween Raw is going to be Muppets. So basically, they just go back and forth a little bit, and this leads to Cody Rhodes coming out, and Cody Rhodes talks about how it's not fair that R-Truth and Miz got fined and Mark Henry's getting fined, but Randy Orton's not getting fined for what he did to him on SmackDown. You know, he got 18 staples. Triple H basically said he remembers getting handcuffed, beating the shit out of Cody Rhodes, beating the shit out of him, remember, back in 2009, by Randy Orton, and he didn't complain. He kicked his ass. So, you know, basically owned Cody right there. Cody had nothing to say. And then out for some reason comes Christian, and Christian says, I want one more match. And Triple H is all like, you will get one more match against Sheamus at Hell in a Cell. And then on SmackDown, Christian versus Randy Orton again. And then tonight you will face John Cena. This leads to Christian asking, is that for the title?
No.
Oh man. Christian leaves the ring basically, and that was good. You know, we got a match for Hell in a Cell announced, which is good. You got a show this Sunday. You got promoted with the match. You got SmackDown with the match announced. Yes, I know it's Randy Orton versus Christian, but hey, at least they're putting the effort in there. That's a good thing. Then later on, this leads to Triple H basically saying,
Dolph Ziggler, since you lost to Zack Ryder last week, you will defend the title. Woo, 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 you know it.
So Triple H says, woo, woo, you know it. And Dolph Ziggler and Zack Ryder's announced for tonight. Understandable. Guess I can see why they're doing that. That's cool. Get a U.S. title match. This leads to Triple H basically saying, Cody Rhodes, you have the night off. Cody Rhodes says, you should also have the night off. Triple H is like, repeat that. And then Cody Rhodes basically backtalks him until it gets to the point where Triple H is like, you're defending in the Intercontinental title in the middle of the ring against 9 other guys. So our opening match for Raw was a 10-man battle royal for the IC title between the champion Cody Rhodes and a bunch of other random superstars. More noteworthy stuff. Sin Cara got pulled out of the ring by other Sin Cara, and other Sin Cara got thrown out, and then Sin Cara attacked other Sin Cara, and then Sin Cara, you know, tried to get back in the ring, but the referee's like, no, you got eliminated. And then Sin Cara was all confused, and there was Sin Cara confusion, and hell, you guys are probably confused about me talking about Sin Cara. But anyways, Cara and Cara had an interaction. Cody Rhodes basically stayed outside the ring the whole time. The final four came down to Ezekiel Jackson, Sheamus, Cody Rhodes, and Ted DiBiase. Ted DiBiase gets eliminated by Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes then eliminates Ezekiel Jackson, and then comes down to Cody Rhodes and Sheamus. Sheamus, you know, I like that he was one of the final guys. I would have preferred either him or Ted DiBiase, but it was cool, you know, he was one of the final guys. Christian ends up coming out and costing Sheamus the match. Then afterwards, Christian attacks him and basically says, now you know how it's like to not win a title, just like what you did to me on SmackDown, because Christian was, like, I guess, close to being Mark Henry on SmackDown, but since Sheamus touched him in a lumberjack match, for heaven for God, cost Christian the match, and, well, at least it's building up to their match at Hell in a Cell, so I can't complain there. That was fine with me. It was all good. Next up, we have David Otunga talking to John Laurinaitis. Could this lead to something bigger? All I know is this. No Michael McGillicuddy equals bad segment for David Otunga. Damn shame. Next up, we got some Divas tag team action with the Divas of whatever they are called versus Kelly and Eve. Yay! And Eve, your Banes are terrible. Oh my god, she looks so bad with Bane. Holy crap. But anyways, this was actually a kind of decent Divas tag team match. Better than last week's. It didn't feel so rushed. It actually felt like it was given time. You know, they worked well together, in my opinion, in this match. The ending comes with, like, you know, fucking Beth Phoenix, you know, winning the match against Kelly. So obviously, you know now that, oh hell in a Cell, these guys are going to have another match. Fine with me. I really don't care. In the hour segment main event, we had none other than the champ John Cena come out. And earlier in the night, it was announced that we're going to get Del Rio versus Punk for the main event tonight. So Cena comes out, you know, he's all talking about the Hell in a Cell match, trying to put it over, talk about how it's Satan's structure. You're going to look Satan in the eye in this match. He was screaming the whole time. You know, he was getting the whole point across that, like, you know, that Hell in a Cell means something. He's trying to state that the Hell in a Cell match is going to be brutal. The first time ever in a triple threat match, trying to get that point over. He was just trying to put over the Hell in a Cell match itself and try to make it seem like it was a big deal. Because normally Hell in a Cell matches are for feuds that are going on for such a long time, and you have to end it in a way like a Hell in a Cell match. Like, this is what it's for. The Hell in a Cell is supposed to be a conclusion to a big time feud. But since this match was just thrown together in last week, he had to put over the structure itself. Good job by John Cena, even though he was screaming the whole time, showing his intensity and ruthless aggression. This leads to Del Rio coming out. This leads to Punk coming out. They're on commentary. Christian Cena next. I'm not gonna lie, this match wasn't one of my favorites. I thought these two could have done a lot better in the ring together, but I just don't think they really clicked. It didn't really look that great in my eyes. And once again, my personal opinion, it looked kind of sloppy tonight between those two. Ending comes when Cena throws Christian to the table, the announcer's table, of course, and Punk basically gets attacked by Del Rio. Del Rio kicks Cena in the face, and when Cena's in the ring, Cena wins by DQ, and Del Rio runs away and basically talks about how it's destiny to win the WWE Championship again. Will Del Rio win? Find out on my predictions video when I predict these matches, which will be coming soon. But anyways, after that, we also got news about Jerry Lawler. He is suffering bruised ribs. And not only that, anal leakage, or anal in the blood coming out of the anal area. And then this leads to Booker T looking at Michael Cole like this, like, and he goes, "What?" I was like laughing my ass off. I thought that was the funniest. Like, Booker T's reaction was funny, but I hope Jerry the King Lawler gets better soon. You guys do not know what happened last week. Mark Henry, that table that he put Jerry Lawler through wasn't a fixed table. It was an actual announced table. It wasn't fixed. It wasn't fixed to break. So basically Mark Henry put him through a hard table the hard way. So yeah, I hope Jerry the King Lawler feels better soon, pretty much. But more Booker T equals more success, right? Next up, we get the United States title match against everyone's favorite Zack Ryder versus Dolph Ziggler. This match was kind of like their match last week, except Swagger was in the corner of Ziggler. And, you know, it looked like Ryder was going to win the title. You know, he was setting up with a Rough Rider. And then later on, Swagger distracts Ryder. Like, Ryder was going to go for the Rough Rider. Ziggler throws him over. Swagger grabs his heads and bounces off the rope. Zigzag, 1, 2, 3. Ziggler retains. And then this was weird. So Swagger and Ziggler, you know, they're like, you know, okay, we're cool now, we're buddies, and obviously, you know, the whole point was to show Swagger was loyal to Vicky Guerrero and he wanted to be with Dolph. He didn't really want the U.S. title. He just wants to prove that he's worth his stock with Vicky. They literally don't even touch Ryder that much. They grab Ryder, looks to beat him up. All of a sudden, you hear this weird pyro, and I was thinking it was Kane, but it turns out it's Air Boom. Air Boom runs out, beats the crap out of Swagger and Ziggler. And then here comes Holla Holla Teddy Long. You know what he's out here to announce? he announces there's a 6-man tag team match between Air Boom and Ryder versus Ziggler, Swagger, and whoever Vicky can find in the back. Now, my question is, why can't you just end this segment where Swagger and Ziggler celebrate and walk away? I get it, you want to feature the tag team champions more, but you could have done that on SmackDown, in my opinion. And if you wanted to feature them more, why not make this a tag team title match at Hell in a Cell? I get Dolph is the U.S. champion, but if you're not going to have him booked for the pay-per-view defending the title, might as well have him and Swagger as a tag team. Just my personal opinion. But, we got a 6-man tag team match, but it ends up being a 3-on-2 handicap match to start it off. Match was very okay until you find out who was the third man on Team Ziggler and Swagger. And that third man was Mason Ryan. And Mason Ryan comes out. The crowd does not even know who the fuck this guy is. Like, they don't even remember that Mason Ryan. They were like, who's Mason Ryan? They just boo because he's with Vicky. And then afterwards, the match is going well. It looks like the heels are going to win. And then all of a sudden, Mason Ryan, he gets a tag and everyone's like booing because they're like pissed off. And then Mason Ryan hits Jack Swagger and then grabs Dolph Ziggler, which means he tagged Dolph Ziggler, throws him, does his finisher, and Ryder gets the win over Ziggler. And Mason Ryan's just sitting there like smiling, and they're promoting this guy as a face. Now, if you guys do not know and don't watch Superstars, he's been being promoted as a face on Superstars. So I guess that makes sense, but it is what it is. So far announced for Hell in a Cell, we have the Divas title match between Kelly and Beth Phoenix. Fine with that. Sheamus versus Christian. WWE Championship Triple Threat featuring Del Rio, Punk, and Cena. And the World Heavyweight title match between Randy Orton and Champion Mark Henry. Speaking of Champion Mark Henry, one segment I forgot. My bad, guys. So much floating in his brain. Can't keep it in order. Mark Henry was supposed to face a Great Khali in a singles match after the Divas tag team match. But Great Khali comes out. Mark Henry hits him with a belt. Hits a World's Strongest Slam. And says, "You're going to get your ass kicked at the Hall of Pain." And screams at him the whole time. Pretty much that was it. Solidifying Henry's dominance as champion. I just wish Henry and Orton got a little interaction here. Like maybe Orton running for the save. I don't know. Babyface is supposed to do that to help other faces, but I guess that's not possible. Then we get on to the main event of the evening. CM Punk versus Alberto Del Rio. Cena's on commentary. Good main event match in my opinion. These two I feel like have great in-ring chemistry together. I wouldn't mind seeing this match one-on-one with a very well definitive built-up main event feud. Both guys are main event level talent, as we can see. These guys did put on a good match. I did enjoy it. It wasn't like the best match they've ever had together. I think the Raw before Money in the Bank or SummerSlam, was it? I believe it was SummerSlam. They had a very good match then, and I enjoyed that one. So this one was pretty good too. Giving a little bit more time. Can't wait for the triple threat if that interaction is gonna be shown. But it was good. Punk wins after that kick he does, not like GTS, but that kick to the back of the head. This leads to Del Rio knocked down, and then Ricardo Rodriguez tries to attack Punk after Punk wins. The cell cage lowers down. Ricardo Rodriguez tries to escape. Cena corners him. This leads to Cena and Punk looking like they're going to beat up Ricardo Rodriguez, and I was going to be like, oh, well, poor Del Rio. He ain't going to get any momentum. Del Rio comes in, basically goes whack, 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 hits them with a steel chair fucking 8 million times, and then basically stands tall with a fucking messed up haircut, and then he was like, Del Rio. So basically, Alberto Del Rio looked pretty good at the end of the show. And what were my thoughts about overall the show? Oh, by the way, Tonga got another backstage segment with Christian, Dolph Ziggler, and Cody Rhodes, and they're thinking of doing a huge lawsuit. Oh my god. What are my thoughts of the show heading to Hell in a Cell? I did like that they announced Christian versus Sheamus. That's a match I was expecting in Hell in a Cell. Obviously, you can tell they're doing a good job with this in Karate. Not like the greatest job, but a good job trying to build that match up for Hell in a Cell. The Divas match, it was okay this week. It was much better than last week. At least they try to put over the Hell in a Cell itself with Cena on the mic tonight. And they had Del Rio look good. Because before the Night of Champions match, Del Rio looked like utter shit. Punk, he's fine where he's at. All he has to do is grab that little pipe bomb of his. And then he can work magic on there and get himself over in a heartbeat, That's all. Triple H was limited tonight. It didn't feel like this whole show at the end had to do with the Triple H promo. Focus. Miz and R-Truth wasn't the main focus, which I liked. Overall, I thought it did a good job booking to Hell in a Cell. That's just my thoughts of it. Tell me down below what you guys thought of Raw. Post in the comment section down below your thoughts. Final letter grade, I'll give it a B minus C plus. That's just my opinion. But anyways, that's about it. Follow me on Twitter. Add me on Skype. Everything's ChaseOliver68. Make sure you guys ask questions for my Q&A on my Q&A videos. And yeah, pretty much that's about it. Hope you guys enjoy. And I say peace.